if you're anything like me, there are times in your addiction recovery when the anxiety can just be overwhelming, when it's really hard to be calm and focused, and when the monkey mind is going and it just seems like everything's really crazy and it's hard to see through just the next moment, much less, the next day. It can be overwhelmed. I'm Jamie Kowalski, grateful recovering alcoholic and also a yoga instructor. What I'd like to do today is teach you a technique from the world of yoga that's been used for thousands of years. It's a breathing technique, and it's especially effective in calming anxiety and helping us get a little bit centered. And you can do this for little bits of time. You can do this for 30 seconds or more. The more the better, but even little bits of this can help. So it's called alternate nostril breathing, and it involves using our thumb and index finger on alternate nostrils. So take your thumb from your right hand and put it on your right nostril. Inhale deeply through your left nostril. Take the air in, then close the left with your index finger and exhale. Let the air out the right. Okay, now back in through the right. Let your belly expand with the breath. Close the right and exhale left. So it's kind of like an upside down U shape. I imagine like a straw going through my nose. So it's in one side and out the other, and then back in that same side and out the first side. So back and forth like that, closing one nostril and then the other, which is a really important part of the technique. So as you breathe, let your belly really expand, and maybe even feel the air going up your spine. Maybe sit or stand a little bit tall and feel the air coming up one side of your spine and down the other. Okay, so block the right nostril with the thumb, inhale left, block left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Keep going. Inhale left, deep belly breathing. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Keep going. Feel the air moving up and down your spine. One more. Inhale left. Exhale right. We'll finish on the same side we started from, so inhale right. And exhale left. Now you may have noticed I was using my knuckle there a little bit. You can use your index finger, or I like to use my knuckle sometimes, especially if I'm in like a recovery group meeting. I can use the technique. It's kind of stealth, right? So I'm like sitting with my chin on my hand. Maybe it's a meeting, a business meeting, or some other environment where I don't want to be doing that and people are thinking, what's going on? You look funny, and I'm not worried about that. I'm worried less about it these days, but still, you kind of maybe don't want to draw attention to yourself, so you can kind of just like put your arm on your leg if you're sitting, or even across your arm if you've got your arm across your chest and you're standing. It's kind of just like, just like I'm thinking about a point. I can be closing one nostril and then the other and do the breathing kind of in a stealth mode. Inhale one side, out the other, and back in that same side and out the first side. So that's one round. In and out, in and out. So the big hard thing, though, for me especially sometimes, to be perfectly honest, is to remember to use the darn technique. I teach it, I know it works. Especially when I take kind of a little snapshot of how I'm feeling. It's like, all right, I'm going crazy, I'm really feeling anxiety, it doesn't feel good, I'm noticing this. Oh, okay, I can take a little bit of wedge here between what the world's throwing at me and where I'm at in my head, and kind of wedge in there a little bit of moment for serenity. And then I can do the breathing technique. I try it out, even just for 30 seconds, the more the better. And then after it's done, I kind of say, all right, how do I feel? Is my anxiety level a little lower? Am I a little calmer? Am I a little more serene? And usually the case is yes, because this is changing our physiology. It's changing brain chemistry, changing brainwave state. It's actually, there's scientific reasons why this calms us down, and we're learning more and more about that. But people have been using this in the Eastern world for thousands of years as a technique to calm the crazy mind sometimes when it gets really restless and agitated, if we remember to do it. And I'm getting a lot better at remembering to do it. I'm kind of a hypocrite sometimes. I teach this stuff and it's like in the moment I'm like, I'm going crazy. Oh yeah, breathe. duh, that's the hardest thing. That's what I really encourage you to do, is use these techniques, use these everyday tools for addiction recovery. Don't just learn them, use them. That's why I'm here to help you along the journey. So if you're not already receiving an email from me every week with a link to a video lesson like this, and you would like to receive it, then please head on over to growingbalance.com and offer me your email address. I'd be glad to include you on my weekly email. So just like I'm growing my ability to breathe, and I'm growing my awareness of when I'm anxious and need to use this tool, I'm growing my balance in a lot of areas in life and a lot of areas of my addiction recovery, using these everyday tools for that purpose. So head on over to growingbalance.com, and I would be honored to have you join me on this path. Grateful for one more day at a time, and I'm very grateful that you took a few minutes today to learn a little bit, to spend some time with me, and bring these tools of everyday addiction recovery into your life so we can carry forward together one more day at a time. So I'll see you next time. Be well.